All right, today what I want to be chatting about is a passion project that I've been working on called PowPlanner.com. It is a ski trip planning without the headache, forecast, resort drive times, après, and lodging. So to give you a little bit of a background, I've been programming, writing software for around 20 years or so, and I've been snowboarding for almost just as long. I've been living in New Jersey for almost all my life, but for the last 10 years or so, I finally started going out west for ski trips, snowboarding trips, and it's been a blast. Biggest hobby that I definitely have, and it's something I really enjoy. But the biggest problem with that when we plan these big trips out west is there's a lot that goes into the planning. You need to get airline tickets. You need to figure out what are the best resorts that are going to be nearby to, and how close the airports are from them. You need to find lodging. You need to find transportation. You want to know what the nightlife in the surrounding town is going to be like. Lift tickets, rentals, all that other stuff. There's a lot that goes into the planning, and it's a lot of money and a lot of time that's being spent. So, and obviously the biggest thing for me as well too is the forecast. You know, if I'm planning a last minute trip to go out west, I want to make sure that if I'm going to be spending that time and that money, that I want to get the best bang for my buck and hopefully I can hit a good storm or go to a resort that has got a lot of good quality snow on the ground. So, with that being said, what I want to try and do is consolidate all the different kinds of research I have to do in one centralized location, so you can come to PowPlanner and you can say, hey, whether you're flying or you're driving, give me all ski resorts within a 3-hour drive of this specific location. Give me all the resorts that are within that 3-hour drive that have received 6 inches of snow in the past 24 hours, or they have a foot predicted for the next week. Then also, now once I've got that narrowed down, I want to know all the lift ticket prices and all of any kind of restaurants or hotels or any kind of nightlife that's nearby, any kind of lodging, stuff like that. So that's essentially what you're going to be able to do with PowPlanner. I'm still in the very early stages of it right now, but there's a lot of work to do, a lot of data to gather, and a lot to put together. But I have started some of the work. So to get things started, what I would really hope for is if you could just come to PowPlanner.com. And as of right now, recording this video July 21st of 2023. I'm planning on launching this fall, but I am signing up beta users as of right now. So if you could drop your email, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm really trying to get this thing off the ground and get it going. So this is, however, the beta landing page. What I do have, though, is a app that's working a little bit more, and I'm running that locally. This is going to be a series that I'm going to be starting where I'm going to walk you through all of the development and everything, not just the development, but also like the design process, my thinking on how I'm going to get users for this application, how I can get hopefully paying users as well, too, to join this platform and start marketing it and then deploy it. So to go basically from 0 to 1, from concept to all the way to production deployment, everything that is involved from the technical side, but then also the business side as well too, to see what it can take to have basically a one-man show to get a passion project off the ground. It's a lot of work, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. So what I'm going to do is switch on over to my local host right here. You can see slightly different setup, a little bit more clean right here. But very simple landing page, and when you come here, you can just type in your location. So for me, I'm going to say, we'll just say New Jersey, and I'm integrating this with, all this is built with React and Next.js on the back end, Material UI on the front end. And right here is just a simple, I'm hitting the Google's API, Google Places API, and then you click New Jersey. So technically, you might want to enter in a specific town. But yeah, so as you can see right here, I've already got some work that's already done. So it's just sticking the little marker right here, right in the middle. And there are some bugs that I need to work out, but I'll kind of walk you through those as I go through the application. So what you can see right here is I'm using Mapbox. Down here you can see Mapbox is great for if you're styling any kind of maps and you need to have some interactive maps. It's like Google Maps. It's kind of like a base layer, but then you can have a lot of styling on top, and that's how I've got this heat map stuff. So let me walk you through what we've got going on right here. So whenever you enter in your location, like I did New Jersey, it's just going to stick a little marker right here in the middle. And on the left-hand side, it's going to show you that there are 112 resorts. It's been a little while since I've kind of dusted off this code, but I think I set it up to like a 500 mile or maybe about 1,000 mile max radius, something along those lines. And as you scroll down, you can see all the different forecasts. Clearly, this is hard-coded data in the back end right now because we're in the middle of July and it's clearly not snowing. But it gives you a nice little forecast as to the amount of snow that'll be coming on up. And I think I have some logic where basically I'm going to be calculating the drive time, but sometimes it doesn't make sense to calculate drive time as say you're completely zoomed out and you're looking across country. So I think I have a cap where roughly if it's about 1,000 miles away or 600 miles away, something like that, then I'll just display the rough distance. Otherwise, I will display the drive time. The drive time is calculated using Google's driving API. So there is a little bit of an inherent cost as well too every time you have to do these calculations. So yeah, basically on over here, it's got all the different ski resorts that are listed. Like I said, the forecast information, drive time. And then I've got a link to all the lift tickets. So if you click on here, you'll be able to bring up the actual lift ticket pricing and whatnot. This is something I do want to integrate into the application itself, where you actually do have the lift ticket pricing. But as you can see, the pricing is incredibly variable based upon time of day, what kind of lift ticket you want to get, the location that you're going to, obviously the ski resort, and whether or not the season's open or not. So that's going to be a pretty hard task to accomplish, I believe. I do have some ideas on how I can potentially do that. It might actually be a good task for some kind of ChatGPT or an AI integration to scrape through all of the data that's on these pricing pages and figure out like what is the actual price given the dates that I want to go. But that is an item that I will address later. So that's pretty much about it. You can go ahead and you can zoom on in, and as you do that, let me do a little refresh. I believe it should be updating the list on the left hand side. Like I said, there you go. So as you drag the map around a little bit, you can see that the number of resorts is updating. You can zoom on in, and then it just gives you the ones that are in view. The cool thing is you can sort them alphabetically. You can sort them by forecasted snow, which is really nice. So if you just want to see the ones with the most amount of snow for the next 5 to 7 days or so, you can do that. So as we scroll down, obviously you can see ones that have got 0, and then ones that have got significantly more snow. And then you can also sort them by drive time. So you can see the closest ones. You can quickly see like, okay, what are the closest ones from New Jersey, okay, that have got actual snow coming on up. And then as you scroll on down, yeah, you can see all the different resorts. So I think it's pretty useful already. There are definitely some bugs, like I said, that I've got to work out. But then the last thing I kind of want to point out is this little heat map right here. So this is going to take this is going to take a little bit of time, I think, for me. I've found it a little bit difficult to try and figure out the correct styling for this. This is actually all done through Mapbox, but essentially what the heat map is supposed to be an overlay of kind of the nightlife. So what I went ahead and did was I went to Yelp, and I was able to create a script that entered in I believe I entered in the lat and long of all of the different ski resorts and said within 15 miles or, yeah, I believe it was around 15 miles or so, give me all of the different restaurants that are available. So as you can see over here, for Maple Ski, it looks like there's a good amount of nightlife somewhere near here. So the idea is that you can take a look at any kind of ski resort and then have a rough idea if there's any kind of a nightlife nearby, if there's, if it's out in the middle of nowhere, or if there's things to do nearby. All right, so that's essentially PowPlanner at a very high level. What I want to do in the next video is, since I am a developer, I'm going to be walking you through everything, soup to nuts. So obviously I've showed you a little bit of the application. The very next video, I'm going to start walking you through the code. It's obviously not production ready right now, so you'll see a lot of stuff that's commented out or some TypeScript there, something along those lines. But I'm going to walk you through the code, the way that everything's currently set up right now, and then after that I will continue to create more videos about how I'm going about developing this application, how I'm fetching the data, manipulating it, setting up the different data pipelines or cron jobs that we need in order to ensure that everything needs to be up to date in real time. You want to obviously make sure that you've got forecast data that is accurate and up to date as I do this. Now that you've got a rough idea of what PowPlanner is about, I would really appreciate it if you would share this with a friend, if you know somebody who's interested in skiing or snowboarding or wants to follow this series as I move forward. It'd be greatly appreciated. So if you could share it with a friend, give me a like, add a subscription, that would be greatly appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one.